Oh, hey, good afternoon, guys. It's KI5TKY Big Boy. Just going to give you a little short intro here to today's Ham Shack visit, episode 2, visiting with KI5TKY, Tim down at his shack. One thing you're going to see in this shack, he bought a very complete Heathkit station off of the state. And the guy that he bought it, his estate that it come off of, was a guy named Edward Terrien, Terrien. There's a picture, it's going to be at the end of the video, of this man sitting at this shack, at this station, taken in March of '67. This guy was an RCA rep for years and a government contractor setting up DOD communications for the government probably through the '60s and '70s. One thing we forgot to mention, when Tim bought this station, he got the complete station. There was dummy loads with it, all the equipment you see that we show you in the video, plus this guy had custom shipping crates made for all of this gear. The amp and the transceiver both had the original Heathkit boxes, but they were made to fit exactly in these wooden shipping crates. And Tim said you can see the addresses wrote on all of them where he just mark it out and ship it to another place in the world. So it's a lot of history in that one station, and it's in excellent shape. And Tim was really lucky to get that station. So guys, I hope you enjoy these. These videos are in no way meant for any of us to brag about our stations. We're doing this to show new guys different opportunities and things you can work toward in a station, and things you might just start out with. So I hope you enjoy these. Broken Circuit Ranch, Circle 6 mail drop links will be in the description of the video. MRG Labs info will be always at the first of the video. Guys, I've got about 4 or 5 more weeks of these scheduled, so this will be my Wednesday video for a little while longer. It's KI5TKY Big Boy. The video's following. I appreciate everybody who subscribed to the channel. Hey, good morning, guys. It's Big Boy. We're down here on episode 2 of Ham Shack Visits with KI5TKY, Tim. I'm going to flip this around. Hey, good morning, Tim. Let's walk through your shack and see what all you got going here, okay?
So we're going to start off over here, David.
All right, let me come around this way. Also, Tim's a musician.
Y'all see I'm a music in here.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that mic right there.
I've been into music for 50 years. I started getting old tube amps and stuff. I started working on these tube amps and stuff for long, and it kind of got me interested in, just from working on them and learning what I could about them. And I run across this old Hammerman receiver. It's all old tube, and I think it's about a late 50 model, I'm not sure. Anyway, I ended up picking this thing up pretty cheap. Brought it home. I think I replaced maybe 1 or 2 tubes in it. Threw a long wire up between trees. This is kind of what got me started in the ham hobby here. Listening to the hammerheads during the week. And back then we had a group text going on, and I was sitting here listening to them during the week, and I'd have to send David. A text. And it didn't take me long to get tired of doing that. I said, I want to talk on the radio, So that's kind of the way I got started into this hobby.
All right.
I've been licensed for about 3.5 years now.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm
good.
65. I was kind of late getting started into it. This is what got me all started into it.
I remember when you brought that up to the house and we hooked it up on my antennas at the house.
It taught me a lot about the band spreads. I mean it goes from 0.54 megahertz all the way up to 30, and it gets everything in between the band, the ham band. So there was lots of listening on there that you could do besides just the ham band.
Right.
All the AM broadcasts on it. And then later on, you know, after I finally got my license and learned a little bit about a modern radio, well, I figured out these old knobs right here is just like filtering systems on a new radio. You can actually move your fan spread over right or left if you got another signal coming in strong right beside you. You can get it over away from it a little bit. Just filtering system. This was probably a pretty nice rig in its day.
I'm mad it
to
was.
be able to do that stuff.
I'm mad it was.
Anyway, that's kind of what I learned on there.
Well, while we're here on this section, let's talk about the broken circuit ranch shack gadget that you got there. Exactly. What does this one different do?
It's Kent built that for me because he knew I was into music. And all it does is pick up on the input of music. I got the volume turned down right now, but I got.
Let's turn it up. Let's show them some of the different screens on it.
We got it on 98 Rocks out of Shreveport. It's got different. It just plays along with the music. And this is the same style as
Shack gadget.
the voice audio on the monitor.
Oh yeah, this particular
radio
screen here is
this style right here, but he's got several different styles on it. You can see it's playing along with the music there.
I like that one.
Yeah. This one got a little more colorful if you want all the colors in it. Pretty nice little old deal there that Kent fixed up for me. And it's
One thing on Broken Circuit Ranch, Kent's sponsor of the channel, he's got the shack gadget on there, but I bet you money if your person wanted one of these, he could build these on a custom order. And like Jeff pointed out in the last video, everything on that Kent builds.
Yeah.
He processes the wood, builds the case, stains, paints to order, and all of it. So it's a lot of hand work goes into making these things. And, link to Broken Circuit Ranch will be in the description of the video.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
I appreciate Kent building that for me.
Yeah, that's cool. That really is. This is your work area here where you got all your.
Yeah, this is my little work area here when I'm working on something. I got soldering iron, test equipment. This is a little milliamp deal here I use to set the bias on my guitar amps. On your power amp output. That's a handy tool on setting the bias on your power tubes on the guitar amp.
Okay. What you got here? This old Dentron.
Got this old Dentron amp, and yeah, Kent give me that. It wasn't working at the time. I worked on it. It was took me about 2 weeks to find the problem on it, but I finally got that thing going.
Okay.
And then ended up getting me a Heathkit BTVM. Those are real handy over a digital meter when you're working on tube equipment. Because you can actually see there's different settings, like on a heterodyne oscillator. There's a fast slope and a slow slope when you're peaking out, and when you're doing a alignment on one.
Right.
And you can actually see that, the fast and the slow and all that. Where on a digital, it happens so fast you wouldn't see it. Those are real handy to have there.
What is this here under?
That's an oscilloscope there.
Okay.
And I haven't mastered that thing yet.
All right. Well, let's hear over your station. Let's talk about your station.
This is my little station. I started off with a 991A Yaesu. Had problems out here, and old Kent loaned me this here. It's a ICOM 7000, which it does HF VHF and UHF. So he just loaned me this radio until I can get my other one fixed. I ended up purchasing this ICOM about 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I really like the sound. And our little group talking, I could tell. I started picking up on different sounds and different radios. And Kent's got one. I said, "Why?" I thought he had some kind of speech processor on it. I said, "Why does your radio sound the way it sounds?" He said, "Because it's an ICOM." And then when I got this ICOM and when I got this one and started listening to an ICOM on an ICOM, I could even tell the difference that much more. But I'm pretty good at, I'm not bragging nothing, but I'm pretty good at picking out everybody in the group. I can tell when they change radios, what radio they own.
I think that's that musician ear you got there. Now, Tim, we got to tell a joke here. Tell them what mode you got that in and couldn't figure out what it was.
I was messing with this thing one day and I had it over here at the edge. And if you hit these two buttons simultaneously, it's got a TV mode on it. And the screen went just staticky because there was no antenna to pick up in, but it had a big 1 and a 2 and a 3. I thought I messed the radio up and I carried it back to Kent and he laughed real big. But I never even knew that ham radios had a TV mode.
I wouldn't have known that either because I never heard of that either. All right, let's talk about this Heathkit station you got here.
I drove all the way to Albuquerque. There was an old ham that passed away and his grandson advertised this whole unit. It's got the SB100 transceiver. It's got the power supply, built-in speaker, station, phone patch, and then monitor, your audio monitor
scope,
and then this old a static. This is a 10D microphone that come with it. And then it's got the SB200 amp. I bought the whole set. Now this is an extra one here. The speaker, it's just a speaker, but this piece, this, and this all come together. And David's going to put a picture in at the end of this, but the old ham, his name was Edward Terrain or something like that. He worked for RCA. This was back in the 50s and 60s. And he contracted out to the Department of Defense, and he went all over the world setting up communications for the U.S. government. Anyway, David's got a picture he's going to post. And it'll show him in that setup that was taken in 1967. And I went and got all this, and plugged it in, and everything's still working on it. I couldn't believe it, I did have a tube go out here and there since I've had it. But been a real interesting setup to just I've always liked old stuff to begin with, and to have somebody's whole setup like that, instead of just a piece here, a piece there, it ought to be something I'll hang on to. I got some more stuff I can get rid of, but I'll probably hang on to that as long as I'm around. I've enjoyed using it. And then when I upgraded it, I was a tech for about a year and a half, upgraded to general. I was able to transmit and stuff, on the lower bands, and I got me a Buckmaster 7-band off center typo.
Mm-hmm.
And that antenna has worked real well for me for all the lower bands. I got 2 or 3 more homemade antennas, but that's what I use for that rig. It'll handle if you want to throw some power to it, it'll handle the power and everything too.
Before we sit down and answer a couple of interview questions, especially with me and Jeff, our channel, our station's always been done on the cheap. And I think you've actually beat us on the cheap. You want to show us your rotor?
Okay.
Show us how you do.
Jeff hooked me up on when I first got started on the 10-meter dipole. He had the deal. He even gave me it's made out of aluminum tent pole, just a straight flat dipole.
Right.
And I got it on a push-up pole right outside my window here.
Okay. Let me get around there where I can see this. Everybody got to see this.
This is this back when I was just getting started. And I wanted a way to rotate this thing, so I set this pole right here next to this window, and I got it marked. So here's my rotator right here. I'll reach out here, turn this antenna the direction I want it to be facing. You see, I got these, but I got it marked there where I can see which way I'm going with it. And I did have a 2-meter antenna on top of it, but we had a storm come through and it messed it up. I hadn't got it back up yet, but yeah, that was a pretty neat little idea I come up with.
That's a good one. And guys, it goes to show you do not have to spend a lot of money on this hobby.
And while we're talking about the window, you can see I got a Caldwell shooting bag here. This is also my deer stand.
Also a deer stand. I like that.
I've killed lots of deer and coyotes and hogs and everything out across this. I always keep this bag here so I can just open up. Music room, deer stand, and ham shack.
That'll work. That'll work. Now, what's this old rig here?
That's an old Grundig shortwave. It's got AM, FM broadcast, and it's got all the HF bands, and it's even got one lower band. It's in kilohertz. It goes from like 150 kilohertz, 350. An old German-made radio. It's got speakers in the side, one speaker here, and it's even got a little horn in it. It's kind of like a surround sound. It's a
early version of a surround.
Yeah, that's about I think 50-something model.
Well, I'm gonna pan around here and show them everybody your studio so everybody can see that you are a musician and have been for a long time. All right, I'm gonna stop this here, Tim, and we're gonna ask you. Tim, thank you for the shack tour. I know you got licensed a couple, 3 years ago. What'd you say, 2022?
22.
Our initial license, 2022. Okay, that's good.
2 years ago, I upgraded to general.
All right.
I was just tech for a little year and a half.
What are some of the things you've enjoyed about ham radio? Obviously, other than the repair of the old tube stuff.
Well, I really enjoy our little hammerhead group. We do that 4 evenings a week at least.
Right.
And I do lots of camping and fishing, and I take stuff with me. I love to carry my stuff out while I'm going camping. I usually go and stay 10, 12, 14 days at a time. Right. I got a little portable antenna that I take with me. Really enjoy that,
Also, you feel like the rest of us, you built a lot of your own antennas. You've got the 10-meter dipole up.
And I got a 2-meter that I built.
The 3-element Yagi.
Yeah, which it'll do 70 centimeters
right.
too. Yeah.
Also, now, what's that? Did you buy a diamond, one of those collinear verticals?
X700 diamond.
Yeah.
That's what I got up using now on my 2-meter.
But we did a video on that troubleshooting it, and I think we got it fixed that day. That's good. That's good. I know a lot of guys, one reason I don't show the antennas is because everybody's location is different. But give us a rundown of everything you got in the air right now.
I got this 10-meter dipole. It's just straight 10-meter. On this push-up pole, the hand through.
Right.
I did have a 2-meter, that little beam like
right.
you and Jeff's got. Did have one on top of it, but we had a storm come through a few months back, got my house and stuff, and it messed that antenna up.
Right.
And I got a homemade 10-meter Well, both of them homemade, but one of them made out of tent poles, and the other one's made out of old antenna elements,
Right.
small stuff that I carry camping with.
Right.
It works real good. And I got another little 2 meters that I built to carry the same thing.
And you're running the 7-band Buckmaster.
7-band Buckmaster.
Which is 80 through 6 meters. Right.
80 through 6.
Right. Okay.
All right. I've had real good luck out of that antenna. As far as a 10-meter field during the week, it's not that great on ground plane, but for skip and everything, it works excellent.
One thing and I've mentioned this before, and I think you'll agree with it. One thing with our 10-meter group that's always been good, if anybody builds an antenna or changes a radio or a mic, being ground wave signal, we can always give them a good report, see how it sounded. I know you and Cody were the first ones to really get me lined out on taking that heel mic off that AC because it sounded muddy. Me and Jeff couldn't hear it. So you as a musician, and Cody's an inspiring musician, plus he's a lot younger than we are too.
Yeah.
You think that gives y'all better ears, so you can hear different frequencies a little better than say the average?
Yeah, I think so. Just from, because we got a full. Sometimes we got a full band playing here. We got a keyboard, drum, bass guitar.
Right.
We may have several guitars. We got a harmonica player that plays with us all the time. Just listening, training your ear. I don't have that great of a musical ear compared to some people. But I've trained my ear to listen to every little thing that's going on as far as playing music,
Okay.
And it really helped me out as far as the radio is being able to pick out stuff. And even tuning in, an old tube radio, you got to dial that thing right in, get right in on it,
Yeah, because I'm learning that with that old AC I've got up there now, yeah.
And it's helped me on that. That old radio right there you got to dial it in.
Yeah.
It's not like you just punch in a number here and it's on the money, You got to dial it in to where everybody's voice sounds normal to you.
One thing I want to stress with everybody, the purpose of these ham shack visits is not necessarily for us to brag about the radios we've got or anything like that. It's to give you new guys some perspective on what you can do with this hobby and how many, what kind of radio you need to start with. Because, Jeff and myself both started with one radio years ago and had one radio for years. So that's what we're trying to do is just give people some perspective and different ideas on how they can set their shack up.
So, I started off with that one transceiver.
Right.
Yaesu 991. It does VHF, UHF too, so I kind of had a shack in the box to begin with. I spent a little money on that getting started. But that's as far as antennas, everything else, coax, I had to buy a coax.
Right.
But as far as antennas and stuff, I got out real cheap when we
Right.
got started because of you and Jeff, especially.
All right. Well, that's all I can think of to ask. I really appreciate the visit this morning and showing this, and we're proud to have you in the group and on ham radio with us. So thanks again. I'm going to stop it right there.